The Detroit Pistons have made a move, and I believe this is a winning move that's going to get the Pistons back to relevancy. We all know what's going on, the tumultuous situation that they just went through. But I'm here to break the news to you. Free agency has begun, and the Detroit Pistons have made a trade for Joe Harris, Brooklyn Nets guard Joe Harris, the sniper, the sharpshooter. This man right here could shoot the basketball like no other. We know this. We know what this man could do. He's a specialist. And I believe the Detroit Pistons, under new regime, obviously new coaching staff. Monty Williams ain't come here to play, y'all. So he's bringing in winners to surround this young core. This young core of the Detroit Pistons, there is something there. You got Cade Cunningham now. What did he play? 12 games or what is it, 17? I forget. He played like 12 games last season. You understand? So that's not going to bode well for you. You understand? So he has to get himself healthy, and I think the Pistons' development is going to be off the back of the health of Cade Cunningham. I think even with Harris and these guys, even with Monty, they need a healthy Cade. If they could get a healthy Cade, now they're in business. You understand? So let's see what happens. The Detroit Pistons last year only finished with 17 wins. So clearly it's only but up from here. They was at the bottom of the barrel in the Eastern Conference. Monty Williams came in here to shake up the joint. I even like the kid Jaden Ivey. They traded for Wiseman. You understand? Also, Joe Harris comes here to, like I said, to bolster their shooting because they have Bogdanovich as well. So you can have Bogdanovich on one side and Joe Harris on the other. Now you really get, providing a serious conundrum for the defense. You understand? And I think that this guy is going to be good, opposed to some of the last shooters that they had and things of that nature. I think that now the Pistons are starting to do what's right for their fans, for the city, and the city of Detroit deserves it. They don't deserve a situation where guys coming out stinking up the joint and things of that nature. It's just not cool. I'm just keeping all the way 100. But Joe Harris was traded, for basically the Nets. They was able to open up a $20 million trade exception. 2 second-round picks was involved as well. Like I said, this was something crazy. So what are the Nets trying to do? We're opening up a $20 million trade exception. You understand? You start to what's really going on here? So let's see what they do with all of this. It's a method to the madness for both sides. I think obviously Joe Harris was regressing for the Brooklyn Nets as well. Gone are his days when he was averaging nearly 15 points per game. He started slowly regressing. He went from averaging 14, damn near 15 points per game to 11 points, and last season, 7 points. And mind you, to credit him, he did have some injuries. He wasn't healthy. So I do want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Also, what I will say about Joe Harris is he's kind of an Iron Man. He plays a lot of games. Like I said, outside of this season that just passed where it was injury riddled for him, he always shows up. He plays nearly usually damn near 70 games a season. So this is what they're getting, and they need this. They need a guy who is an Iron Man who they can rely on, because you already got a young team here who you don't know who's going to be healthy. You really don't know anything, and it's truly unfortunate. And I believe the Detroit Pistons are going to do the right thing and really start to turn it up. And the city of Detroit deserves it. The Little Caesars Arena, they deserve better. It was a point in time. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe too for more free agency news, and especially if you rock it with the Detroit Pistons. I remember it was a point in time where the Detroit Pistons had prestige. You understand? It's time to get back to that if you Monty Williams. Now, if you Monty, you got done a raw deal in Phoenix. I got to keep it 100. I don't think he should have been fired, but I mean, some issues went on, basically in the postseason where they went on some scoring droughts and it cost him his job. I think a lot of it need to hold accountable to these players. Did these guys try to get Monty fired? Because I could have thought Monty Williams was doing his thing, and now they're bringing in Frank Vogel. You understand? So I don't know for sure if Frank Vogel is a clear upgrade over Monty Williams. But what I will say is Monty Williams, Frank Vogel did, his first time getting the squad, they did mess around and win it all. So let's see what happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to replicate that in Phoenix with the squad. But nonetheless, Phoenix for my man is over. For Coach Monty is over with. It's definitely time to cultivate this new team, this new young roster of counterparts that I think that he's going to be able to mold into his image. I think in Phoenix, everybody was already kind of, they were made men already. Devin wasn't when he got there. See, people forget that Devin Booker wasn't Devin Booker until Monty got there and Chris Paul came in there. Devin Booker wasn't looked at as one of the top players in the NBA, and people didn't look at him like that. He was an exciting guard. You understand? He put up 70-something points on the losing team, and that nobody viewed him as upper echelon just yet, And now with Monty, with obviously CP, that changed everything. So why can't Monty do these things for some of these young players in Detroit? Now you have the shooting that's going to provide space now for Cade to operate. This dude, Ivy, he like to attack the basket. Now the defense can't collapse. You're going to have Bogdan on one side. You're going to have my man Joe Harris on the other. Mind you, Cade Cunningham is a sniper too. You see where I'm going with this? And if whatever they could get out of Wiseman, if they could resurrect his career, I think if they could somehow pull all of this off, I think that it's don't sleep on Detroit, man. I'm telling you. Now, where at in the Eastern Conference they rank, that's going to be a hell of a question because you got the Charlotte Hornets, you got a lot of other squads, that's nice. So it's like even at the bottom, like the bottom teams, Orlando, all these, everybody going to be scratching and clawing. I do believe Charlotte is a little bit ahead of these other teams because they have the surefire superstar, Cade Cunningham is not surefire yet. He hasn't proven himself yet. So I think under this regime, he will prove himself. I like all of these guys on the Pistons. I think the Pistons have something. Let me know in the comment section how y'all view this trade for Joe Harris. What is the Brooklyn Nets trying to do? What's going on? And let me know what y'all think on free agency. We going live for a free agency special. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports, man. We're going to be bringing heavy content to the people. There's so many fireworks that can go on today and beyond. And we just going to be awaiting every second, every inkling of details on what's happening. Free agency is begun, and the Detroit Pistons are not waiting. They are pulling off trades. Let's see what this team looks like when all the dust settles. We're going to find out. It's Flight Sports. You already know what it is. Peace and love.